Why did you choose to enter pre-university?
I've been in that school for like 10 years.
Of course, it has its like ups and downs to it.
I do not want to enter a different madrasah.
For like the core subjects, right? We studied for 2 years.
You have like certain qualities.
To make an assumption about Madrasah Alsagoff.
Depends.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Peace be upon you, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. And my name is Zaima. It is great to get to know you. And if you are not new here and you are back, welcome back. So today we are going to talk about something that has been in my mind for quite a long time that I wanted to share with all of you on my YouTube channel. And it is about pre-universities in madrasahs. As some of you know from my previous video, also I actually mentioned that I entered pre-university for 2 years in Madrasah Al-Maarif, and it was the 2 amazing years of my life, I would say. Though before I entered pre-university, I had no clue or whatsoever about pre-university. So I actually had the opportunity to ask around my seniors from different madrasas about their experiences, and then I chose Madrasah Al-Maarif by myself. So I thought that not a lot of people have this opportunity, right, to get to know a lot of people. So why not have it easier for you guys to just come into my YouTube channel and listen to the experiences from your alumni that have went through pre-universities. If you're in primary school or secondary school and you are planning for your future after O-levels, I hope this will benefit you a lot. And if you are already in pre-university, you can definitely come here and listen to your alumni's experiences, and you can also share your experiences in the comment. There are 6 official madrasas in Singapore, right? But only 4 of them have pre-universities, which are Madrasah Al-Maarif, Madrasah Alsagoff, Madrasah Al-Juni, and Madrasah Wak Tanjung. But I'm also going to talk about Al-Zuhri, not really a madrasah, but it's a diploma in Islamic studies, so it's also an option for you guys. Okay, so usually, right, I'm the only one like talking about my own experiences, but I'm talking about pre-universities in different madrasas, and I have only been to like one. So I actually, alhamdulillah, have collaborated with my friends from different madrasas that have graduated pre-university to share their experience together with us, and I am so excited. So I hope this would help you a lot. So I shall put a disclaimer here. This video content is highly based on personal experiences. One may or may not go through the same thing. Whatever is going to be spoken is not to decry any particular organization or person. Also, if you hear any background noises, I hope you guys can excuse us. It's a very impromptu and we are going to do this through Zoom video. Okay, so as this video title says, we are going to talk about pre-university in Madrasah Alsagoff. Okay, so today I have 2 of my friends here with me from Alsagoff, Sister Humaira and Sister Qabila. Thank you so much for taking your time to come here and share your experiences in your pre-university in Alsagoff. Okay, so a little bit about Humaira. She's in Madrasah Alsagoff since primary school until pre-university 2, and graduated this year, 2021, right? 2021. Okay, and also Sister Qabila, she is from Madrasah Irsyad since primary school until secondary 4, and then she continued on to Madrasah Alsagoff Pre-U in 2018 and graduated last year, 2020. So, hello guys, how are you guys?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Great, alhamdulillah. Okay, thank you so much for taking your time to come here and share your experiences. First thing first, after you've graduated, what are you doing now currently?
For me, I'm interning because I just graduated this year. And I'm interning in a law corporation, Abdurrahman Law Corporation. It's been a ride, honestly. And I'm actually graduating 9 March. It got postponed because COVID.
Okay, for me, I'm currently pursuing my degree. In one of Malaysia's university, and I'm having my sem break actually. So recently just finished my semester, my first semester. Stress.
I have a list of questions that I've already given them and for them to prepare actually beforehand. So, and this list of questions is hoping to able to help you guys further on. I think a lot of people, when they are in primary school or even mostly when they are secondary school, right, they are thinking, I mean kita orang pun sama, right? We think like where we want to go. Is it pre-U, poly, JC, or where? So how and why did you choose to enter Preuniversity, and why did you pick Preuniversity Alsagoff? I mean, Humaira, you were from Alsagoff. Do you like plan to go other madrasah, or you already like from when you already know you wanted to be in Alsagoff?
Actually, during Sec 4, right, I actually wanted to go to poly because I wasn't really interested in Al-Farabi side. I was really interested in science back then, so I really wanted to go to poly. But then my parents were really heavily involved in my choices of school. So they were talking about how it'll be a waste of time if I did not continue to madrasah, because after 10 years, if we leave madrasah, right, we won't get a certificate. Again, when Al-Sagoff was only 10 years, right? Everything was packed in that 10 years. But then when there is a pre-university, right, a diploma, they kind of like expanded their curriculum to fit 12 years instead of 10 years. So coincidentally, if we continue until 10 years, we are not studying enough, like what the school has planned for us. So that's why my parents were like, just continue diploma lah. Because like when I was in Sec 4, so my plan for poly wasn't even like well planned, well thought, because my mind was only like biomed. What if I didn't get biomed? You know what I mean? Yeah, so my parents were like, just continue.
So Kabila, so you were from Madrasah Irsyad Secondary. Madrasah Irsyad does not have pre-university, okay? So you have to go either poly or other madrasahs for you, right? Why did you choose to enter pre-U instead of like poly? Was poly even your choice?
Honestly, I'm the kind of person that really went with the flow. So like, there's no particular reason as to why I decided to continue pre-U. But I think if I were to really like find that reason, it would most probably be because like I have no idea what I want to pursue in yet. So I just decided to go for something like just finish up my my madrasah days, that kind of thing.
So I think I have a lot of friends that actually prepared themselves before entering PU. For me, myself, I don't think I prepared anything at all. I mean, Humaira and Kabila, I think you guys have different experiences, right? Since one of you is from Alsagoff. Do Alsagoff have any expectations they have to like for students to enter their school?
I didn't prepare because it's my school. I mean, like I've been in that school for like 10 years. So, like, yeah. So basically, when I went to diploma, I didn't prepare much because I was like, oh, it's gonna be the same school, so same thing, same curriculum, same like whatever,
And also, I guess it's easier, right? If you're from the same school to enter pre-university, there's not really much like applications or anything, right? And then Kabila, did you prepare anything? You're from Irsyad to enter like any entrance exam?
Yeah, definitely. We had to go through entrance exam. And I think like at that point in time I did prepare some stuff like just revising back like my Arabic vocabulary and stuff like that. So their entrance exam was literally it has something to do with like the Arabic language itself. And they test you on your vocabulary and I think a little bit on like your understanding, how well are you in your Arabic language. So it was honestly I would say for me it was slightly difficult because like my Arabic isn't that good. So at that point of time it wasn't that good. So that was for me lah. That's my experience.
Were there entrance exam for Humaira like as a pure Alsagoffian?
No, because actually there is. So during like Sec 4, right, we have 2 semesters, right? So the first semester we still have our like Arabic subjects and everything. So we have a SA1. So the SA1 you have to get 60%.
But then if you consider you don't get 60%, you can still apply lah, but you just have to go through entrance exams, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so how was it like adjusting to a rebellious state in secondary school to pre-university? I think as a madrasah student, when you're in pre-university, all the asatizahs expect you to be the eldest in the school. right? So you have a lot more responsibilities. I mean, that's my experience myself in Maarif. Is it the same in Alsagoff?
It's honestly similar because you basically have to do a lot more than in secondary. You have to organize stuff, and like during like secondary school, right, we're mostly spoon fed, you know. But in diploma, right, you have like a lot of things to balance, a lot of responsibilities, clubs, CCAs, and also the workload. The workload is like no chill. Literally, and stress. Like it's never ending, you know. Every week you get a new project, and you're like what? And like 3 hours lectures, like straight, you know. And then it was like really hard at first. During like the first semester, I think we mostly every time the 3 hour lecture, right, we will focus only like 1.5 hours, and the rest of the other 1.5 hours will be like sleepy, you know. Yeah, and then after that, when we have to like organize programs and stuff like that, we're very like new in a way, because like we have to submit proposals, and if you're not from a like student council in a secondary school, right, during secondary school, you will not have the exposure of preparing proposals and like meetings and everything. So it was definitely very hard to adjust, especially when you have to adjust in a short period of time.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think it's. Then for Sister Kabila, you were from a different madrasah altogether. How is it adjusting to a new madrasah?
Of course, it has its like ups and downs to it in terms of like making friends and like studies. Honestly saying, Alsagoff, their standards are way higher than Irshad. So when I entered Alsagoff, it was quite a culture shock to me to see that, you know, like, oh, this is their standard. You know, like for us, let's say for us, okay, if you're an average student, our average student is maybe between like 50 to 60%, that kind of thing, right? But their average for my friends that like for the ones that were in the same class as me, their average was actually, I would say, between 70 to 80%. So you can just imagine, like how shocked I was, and like how I really had to, you know, tell myself like, okay, I have to really buck up. Like if I really want to be able to graduate, I really have to like pick my pace up, you know. I cannot really be the slow learner I am and like take my own sweet time and everything. But I failed at it, but I failed at trying to like achieve the goals that I planned to achieve. But it's okay, you know, like at least I did see slight improvement in terms of like being much more hardworking.
But Kabila, it's like you have a friend from Irshad, right? That entered together with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like easier for you to have a friend? Because like I think a lot of madrasah students, they do not want to enter a different madrasah because they like tak ada kawan, and they are afraid that they don't get any friends. Right? So how was it for you? Do you have the same mentality also last time?
I mean, I did have that mentality a bit, but like it didn't really bother me. So like if for me, like I said, I'm really the go with the flow kind of person. So if like I didn't have that friend with me at that point in time, like it's okay. I think I'll be able to, you know, still go through everything smoothly. But of course, like when I want to rant about my feelings or that kind of thing, it's nice to have that friend of mine with me. Obviously, experience-wise, so she knows how it feels and all that.
True. Yeah. Different experiences. No worries. Yeah. So, I think you guys were saying about how heavy it was, right? It was more heavier. In terms of subject-wise, what subjects do you?
I think it varies. For me it's different. I think for Humaira should be slightly different. So from what I remembered, our principal told us, like our mudir told us that they once in a while they would change the curriculum for like the diploma students. They would change certain subjects. It depends on I think the batch or like what year is it, that kind of thing. They will like some subjects I might have learned, but Humaira might not have learned, that kind of thing. Me and Humaira had Balaghah together. We have Hadith, Mustalah Hadith, Arabic and Nahu. Yeah.
Ulum Quran, then also there's Quran, And then after that, there is for fiqh, there is fiqh munakahat, fiqh jinayat, fiqh ibadat, and fiqh muamalat. And then after that, adab. Adab is like, sastra in Arabic. Then after that, Lugha, then sastra, Malay, or English. Our subjects, right, is divided into 6 semesters. So like for like some subjects, right, we studied for only 3 to 4 months, and then like the core subjects, right, we studied for 2 years. For example, like Lugha, Nahwu, English, Hindi, Sastra, and the other like Tauhid, PK and stuff like that. They will divide it into 6 semesters.
It's not that heavy lah, consider it's a lot at first, like when you a lot of subjects, but it's actually not that heavy because it's divided, right? Like you don't study everything at a go. So then how is it like the exam? After 3 months exam, something like that? Or
like 3.5 months of study. And there will be like 1 whole week of exams. Literally back to back. One day there will be like 2 subjects.
That's normal for madrasah. So and then after you finish the exam, then you can just forget about the subjects. Right?
Yeah. But then we have like ta'in at the end of 2 years. We have to like remember all the subjects after 2 years. Yes.
After 2 years. After 2 years. So consider your final year exam.
Yes, that's like the extreme final year exam.
Okay. That's interesting. Is it easier for you guys?
Students they stress us a lot, but then the exam is just like 3 questions.
Exactly.
Bro.
So it's more to you guys studying the exam for the knowledge instead of for the exam lah.
Yeah, that's what
that's what they're trying to get us to do.
Yeah, that's what we are supposed to be doing actually, right? Study for the knowledge instead of for exam paper marks. Do you have like any activities like CCA?
CCA it's not fixed, So we have different CCAs for different semester. So my first semester, I think we did volleyball. Then last semester it was netball. Netball. Usually our CCAs consist of netball because that is like the usual sport we do in Alsagoff. Every Friday, right, we have this morning for CCAs and programs, right? Sometimes it's not just CCAs, we have talks and we have enrichment programs. And there's a river beside our school. One time we walked along the river, for CCA.
Did you experience the same thing, Kabila, or is it something different for you?
The river walk, no? I wish I had.
You wish you had, it's interesting. So what other things do you have apart from?
We actually played volleyball, netball, we played captain's ball, we even played like badminton. So like for my time it was really focused a lot on sports. And we also have like talks, just like what Humaira said, we have like on every Friday morning we have like talks. Sometimes we have this thing where like we would sit down, read the Quran together. Like we have like a certain day that is fixed for that. We would read the Quran before going for breakfast and then starting our lessons. So like we have those kind of things like Nadwa, like the heart-to-heart talk.
So is it like korangnya CCA, it's more to everyone participate in the same CCA at the same time?
Yes, correct.
Because we have this club, right? It's called Students Development Club. They are in charge of organizing CCAs every Friday. So the CCAs can be anything. That's what Ustazah said. It can be like sports, it can be like relaxing time, we also had movie punya day, so we watched movie.
So fun.
And we brought
that sounds so interesting. It's like you guys kind of bond together because everyone have to do everything together, right? Like that bond is so interesting.
I mean, the school said it as that they want us to be able to bond together. They want to unify us, basically.
And it's also considered fair because everyone to do the same thing and experience the same thing.
Correct. And sometimes the student development, they might sometimes they will ask our opinion, like what do we want to do for the next one. They will just like ask us in general, okay, oh, what do you guys want to do? We can try and get that plan, you know.
So interesting. You guys can experience a lot of things.
There's also like learning journeys. We had a learning journey to Cambodia.
Oh yeah. I saw you guys on it.
Organized by
Programs.
Pass, you know.
So is it like the school will provide, or you guys have to like fork out the money?
We fork out the money.
Yeah.
But actually, for our school, they have financial aid for those who are actually, experiencing financial issues and all that. Pasar Amal is basically part of the money that's like donation that we get, our school get. They will actually use that for the students. They will use that for like the diploma students. I have friends who actually were financially unstable, but they were still able to join us because like Mude always tells us, money is not the problem. Just sign the form. You go, like money, we will talk about money later. Like, just enjoy the experience. Like, go ahead and experience it. Like, if possible, our teachers don't want any of us to miss out. So
during your pre-university, what do you think is the biggest challenge?
For me, it's friends and workload. Yeah, because I was taking A-levels, right? And I was the only one who took A-level.
So DPI and A-level is different, right? So DPI is like diploma in Islamic studies.
Yeah.
And then you took A-level outside?
The school offered, but then because I was the only one, right? So the challenges were a bit different because I had no one to relate to. And also had to study diploma and also A-level at the same time. I started studying A-level quite late because COVID happened, I started around August. And for A-level, that is quite bad because there's a lot of things to study.
I didn't know Alsagoff offered the A-level, honestly.
It's a choice actually.
I have no idea there was even a choice.
But it was like later on kind of choice.
Year 2 choice.
You have like graduated, right? Do you think like you are satisfied with the knowledge or the certificate that you get, or you don't care about the certificate, more like the knowledge itself?
For me, you can never be like satisfied with a knowledge. I had this realization around like year 2 that I entered diploma because of the experience and also because I want to learn new things. So if you are like me, like you are more academically inclined and you enter diploma, you have to notice that you're here because you want to learn something. It's not about following your friends and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, you have to endure that 2 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to keep in mind that you're here because of the knowledge. But then when you get the certificate, right, you're not supposed to be like 100% satisfied with what you learn, because knowledge is, you have to learn every day. You don't learn and stop because of, you get a certificate and you're satisfied. I was satisfied with the experience that I had during the diploma. I learned a lot about friendship. I learned a lot about life in general. So yeah, and it made me become more mature in a way. Yeah.
For me, I guess like Myra, like you will never be satisfied with like the certificate and stuff like that. It's not really about that. For me, it's really about the journey lah. Like I really enjoyed the journey, even though there were times where like, I just want to quit. Like I really want to quit. This is too difficult for me. But at the end of the day, I still like pulled through, and I'm able to graduate just as nicely as everyone. It's really all about the mindset, really. You made that choice. If you made that choice, no matter what, you still have to face it, right? You can't just like back out just because you're not able to do it and stuff like that. But if truly you really think you cannot make it, then of course backing out is the safest plan. So for me, it's definitely about the journey. It's not about the certificate. Like, of course, I'm not satisfied about my grades. Like, I know I could have done better. Like, I know I could have achieved much more. But it's okay. Like, the experience is what matters. Like, now that I experienced this, like, I know how it feels like. I know what I should and shouldn't do in the future. You will learn a few life lessons along the way, and maybe like Myra, whether it's because like friendship or studies, or like how do you manage your time and whatnot, you will learn bit by bit from there. You will improve yourself from there. So yeah, it's like definitely an eye opener for me lah.
So you are currently like interning and also in university. What were your preparations during your pre-U time, like to be where you are? Is it intern? How do you like try to enter intern? I don't think a lot of people know that it's possible to try interning, after madrasah. And also like, Qabila, how was your experience to enter another university?
When you want to start interning, right? Ustazah actually asked us to prepare our resume first. We actually had a course on how to prepare resumes. So when you finish your diploma, right, you prepare your resume first. So then you can just apply, as in that you can email the organization, or if they provide a number, just message them. So just apply lah, honestly.
I think like in terms of preparation, because we had like uni trips actually before the COVID, before this whole thing, we actually went to a few universities like University Malaya, UIA. We went to Quiz. We even went to USIM. But like, yeah, for me, the preparation was definitely your grades. It's more to grades. It depends on which university you want to enter. I really had to like make sure I maintain my overall percentage, so that I would still have the chance of entering a university.
What would you give advice to those who are maybe do not know whether they want to enter pre-U or poly?
I give it to Myra first.
So if you want to go to, for example, if you're really confused on where to go, you see your interests honestly. And actually, O-level results are also very important. So if you realize that the cutoff points for like certain polys or certain courses that you want does not match your O-level results, right? And the safest choice for you, then it will be diploma lah. Because not only will you learn the Ukhrawi side, but also you will learn academic side. For example, some PU they offer maths and also English. So you also have the A-level choice, It's not only Ukhrawi but also academic. That is for people who are planning to go to poly, but you still are like confused if you want to go poly or like PU. You see yourself basically, like what are you interested in? And do you think you are ready to go to poly yet, or do you think you are prepared to go out of the madrasah environment? So you have to literally just look into yourself now.
So for Qabila, what advice would you give?
For me, like, you have to think to yourself lah, is this what you want? Because I mean, like, now the universities, they have like this thing where like they put academic and Ukhrawi together. So it's like you're not really missing out on any. So if you want to pursue your pre-U, it's fine. At the end of the day, you don't have to go to Jordan or Mesir, like, Al-Azhar. That's not the only choices you have. You have so many other universities out there. Like in Malaysia also, they offer both academic and like Ukhrawi. So like, you don't only focus on your Ukhrawi subjects, although ultimately, yes, your whole course might be more leaning towards the Islamic part, but you also have a little bit of academic, so that there's a balance in it.
Yeah.
Then another thing that I think I would advise people is pick your friends wisely. Wherever you go, you have to know how to choose your friends. So if you chose the wrong people, they can have quite like detriments to yourself. So you have to really know who to choose.
Stay strong to yourself. So that is for those of you guys who are like planning to pursue madrasah, or like still planning which like path you want to take. So what motivation or advice will you give for those who are already in pre-university? What would you motivate them?
Hang in there.
Hang in there, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, it's just like how more years.
It's gonna be over soon. 2 years pass by so quickly. You'll miss the environment, literally. You'll miss every day going to school. I'm interning, right? Before interning, I had nothing to do. So I was literally looking forward to doing something the day, but like I had nothing to do. So it's a really unproductive after you finish diploma. So
Alright.
because it's like a lot of workload then suddenly gone, right?
Exactly,
Suddenly
yeah.
empty. But honestly, I think we all experience the joy of ending pre-U, right?
Yeah.
But then after ending pre-U, that one is like, oh, I have nothing to do.
that's why intern is always a choice. For people like me who cannot not do anything, so interning is always a choice, guys.
Yeah, interning, you can also
Pick up.
take up any courses, any short courses or any like part-time job.
Yeah, part-time job.
Okay, so I already made kind of like a poll, like it's questions in Instagram to make an assumption about Madrasah Alsagoff, and I am hoping that we are able to, say if it's a myth or is it a fact, or you can probably explain more further about all these assumptions. The first assumption is that you guys are a tight-knit community of students. I think that it's true, right? Because you guys do CCAs all together.
Yeah.
But how tight is it? Is it like super tight, like you know everyone from different classes?
I think it depends on the batch.
Yeah, actually, you can. Yeah,
The batch,
it depends if you're okay. For example, Kabila, she is not from like Alsagoff since like primary, right? So like for me, I can if someone is from Alsagoff or not, because the school is so small. You know who is from Alsagoff. Literally, if you're walking in public and you see this one kid and you're like, hey, I seen her before in school, kind of thing, Yeah, so I can like recognize if you're Alsagoffian or not. So
another one, good in Arabic.
I think that depends. That one depends on the person. It really depends on the individual.
Individual
interest
and also the way they study, I guess.
Correct.
Another person said, I've heard that their memorizations are very fast.
That
true.
Were I true?
Really? I think
really?
actually,
she's a pure Alsagoffian, right? So is it you guys have been trained since primary to memorize?
Yeah, they're quite fast actually.
You can literally memorize like one page in like 1 hour. Like one page of Quran in 1 hour.
Cannot read it.
Because we have to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is true. This is true. This is not a myth. You guys really do memorize. Okay, then the teachers are very strict with the students, and the students are well mannered.
This one,
that is true, but the well mannered, no.
I think well mannered, it really depends on the situation. Like if we need to be like super, like tahu macam mana nak ambil hati, like you need to know how to talk your way out, then well mannered is definitely one. But it really depends on the situation, and the teachers are very strict. True, that one is extremely true.
Okay, we were taught to be well behaved in like programs, especially.
Correct.
But then in reality, if we're in class, we're actually very loud. That's why the teachers are very strict. Because we're not well mannered. Yeah.
So another one is they always speak Arabic with their teachers. So this one, the keyword is always. Do you guys always speak Arabic with your teachers?
In classes only.
No.
In classes only.
Yeah. So like in lessons.
Another one is really smart and very mature. Really smart, I would say yes. Because you guys can memorize like what in an hour.
It's a requirement.
Yeah, and also obviously like intelligence is something, individuality there's a high, there's a low, right? But majority,
I think we're just exposed to life a lot in our school because our studies, they try to not make our vision only in school, only in this. So every time when they're teaching, right, they will actually expose us to like real world problems, real life happenings that are actually happening in our you can talk freely to us about like this kind of situations and we won't judge you because for us we're taught that these kind of things, they're normal. These are life. I mean, these things happen in life. So, yeah.
And the last one is good debaters.
That it's only some people.
Yeah.
Have any of them entered debate competition?
I have. But like it's SMYD, Singaporean Muslims Youth Debate. I went for like the English one. I went there for like the experience. We weren't able to go to the qualifying rounds. In general, I think every madrasah student is pretty good at debating, I would say. We have the skills. It's just that whether we really want to brush up on it or not. It's really that.
So
yeah.
Thank you so much. Seriously, I cannot express my thankness. Yeah.
It's an honor to be in this.
Aww. Yeah. Yeah, so I think that is all. Do you have anything else to add on?
I guess like, okay, if parents are watching this, about the part where like we say like, our parents' blessings is like ultimate thing for us. Yes, it's true. But I would really prefer if like parents still give us the, choice.
Space, right?
Yes, to like really make our decision on our own. Because like, at the end of the day, it's also our future. When it comes to your child's education, like at their early stages, of course, you have control over it. But as they get older, try to be understanding of their situation, because like what you experience and what they experience is totally different. It's different to everybody. So it would really mean a lot to your child if you actually give them a little bit of space to think about. Just be there to guide them. Just be there to give them advice once in a while.
I think it's always a hand-in-hand work. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope all of you also enjoyed this session. Inshallah, we are going to have other of your alumni to share the experiences of other madrasahs. So we have other 3 more and also another more, Zuri. And also for you guys who kind of want to pursue poly, inshallah I will be also having my madrasah friends who entered poly to share their experience. Thank you so much, Sister Humaira and Sister Qabila, for being here. I cannot stop saying thank you to you guys. So
thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much everyone for staying until at the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed your time and have already a lot more information about Madrasah Alsagoff in Preuniversity. Obviously, you can still contact me through Instagram or these 2 friends of mine for their own experiences or any questions that you may have for them. I hope that you guys will like this video and also press the subscribe button and wait for other madrasahs to be uploaded. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum.